Which brush is the best for my doodle? I get this question all the time, so I felt like making a video which one I use and which one I recommend. Basically, we're gonna need a brush which has crazy long pins. As you can see, this guy has 1-inch long pins and it has a little angle in the end, which we're gonna talk about a little bit later. So the thing to consider, given that most of the doodles, like 95% of the doodles, have insane amount of hair on their body, and moms and dads like to keep it long, we're gonna need a brush which can handle all that hair amount. So we need long pins. The other one which we really need is less pins on a given surface. If you take a look at your brush right now at home, chances are it has double amount of the pins than this guy has. So it's very important to have less pins, because given that the doodle have a crazy amount of hair on them, or your doodle has on her, on him, you're gonna need a brush which has less pins, so it's not gonna get tangled up in the coat, but it's gonna run through and gently open up the hair. The other thing I really like is the size of the brush. It's called a medium size. I don't really like the large one because it's way harder for us to get on the smaller, trickier areas, even especially on a puppy. And these guys run around 60 bucks. So it's quite a bit of an investment, and it's much easier to have a medium size so you can use it even on puppies. So this is the size I recommend because of the hand, because how handy it is. So you can reach the tricky areas and you can use it on puppies as well. The other thing I like is the cushion in between, and I probably should have started with this because most of the moms and dads are out there are freaked out by, like, I'm using a slicker brush and I'm gonna hurt my dog. No, we're not gonna hurt our babies. We're gonna be super, super comfortable, and so will they. This cushion keeps them comfortable. It will eat up all the pressure you might put on. I always suggest to use it on yourself first. Try it, get familiarize yourself with the pressure you can use, and then you're gonna be able to use it totally comfortably on your doodle as well. Since we do not have much hair on ourselves, and once you know and get the hang of it, how much pressure you can use, and let me tell you, it's not much. You are just holding it and you are just brushing it a little bit more with super curly coat, but it's still not like you're getting a good grip and it's just shoving it on the doodle body. No, nothing like that. We are super, super gentle, and then you can just brush the doggy with that super gently. Everyone will be comfortable. So that was another thing I really like about this. And this curve here is another thing I really like, because whenever the brush has a curve like that, we're gonna work only on 1 or 2 lines of coat with 1 or 2 lines of teeth on the brush. So it's gonna be even more comfortable. With a flat brush, you're gonna put in pressure on a big patch of hair with the full surface of the brush. Whenever we are using curved brush, we are just using it, we're working on a teeny tiny line of the coat, and that way it's gonna be way less pulling and sensation on the doggy's skin, so they're gonna be way more comfortable. That's another thing about this brush I really like, that it helps to keep the doodles comfortable so they can cooperate. That's another thing I really like to tell to people, like, once they feel comfortable, they will cooperate. Whenever they are not cooperating, there is comfort issues regarding to the equipment, to the way we use it, and the environment, because they are so engaged seeing other people, doggies, kitties, squirrels running around, that they're not gonna be able to focus what's going on in here. And things like that. Training, whether they are used to it, whether they are afraid of it, let it be the brush or the comb or the blow dryer. And that way, once we know and combine all of this, not just know the right equipment, but we know how to use it, what kind of environment is the best for our high energy level doodles, then they're gonna be way, way, way more comfortable, and they're gonna be able to cooperate willingly. So another thing about this brush I really like is the angle here. This angle will help you to remove tangles and mats and open them up the gentle way. It's super important because we can open up tangles and mats other ways, which I don't really recommend because they are not so gentle. There are other gentle ways around to open up thicker and more stubborn mats, if I may say that. But whenever it comes to gentle opening up mild or medium crazy tangles, then it's gonna be the brush which will help you big time, and it's gonna give you and the doodle the most comfort. So this angle here, it will do a thing that whenever we are brushing, then the angle there will help you work on the brushes. In case the angle was like this, it would just get stuck in the tangles and mats, and they wouldn't be, even when we have the curve on the back of the brush, it wouldn't be able to wiggle away from the tangle and mat. In case with like a 90-degree angle this way. So it wouldn't be too comfy for the dog. So keep in mind, when the brush has this kind of angle or even that kind of angle, it's not gonna be too comfortable for the dog because it just works like a rake. You are just pulling on the hair and on the skin, so the dog will not cooperate. The other thing I like here is the angle is somewhere around 150 degrees. So whenever we are brushing, then it's gonna get in the tangles, but super gently, and whenever it's more pulling and it's a little bit more stubborn tangle, then it's just gonna wiggle away. And the pins will move back and they're gonna wiggle away from the tangles and mats, and they're just gonna use that much of force to loosen it up a little bit. And you might need to work a little bit more on the specific area when it's getting more tricky, but then it's gonna still be comfortable for the doodle and they're gonna cooperate. So you can take your time on a different, on a specific spot where it's more tricky, and then you can just open it up and your doodle will cooperate. That's a key thing, because they have so much hair, and in case they have quite a lot of tangles around, then we need them to stay there until we can get done, or at least we can get a little bit done, and then they can go. So it's not gonna be like they're gonna be totally overwhelmed after the first minute. So we can take care of their coat. So these are the main features of the head of the brush with the pins I really like. And the handle is a little bit handmade by me, because the handle is so thin and I have ginormous hands and I really needed a good grip on it. So I put a tennis grip on the handle, and it's much more fun for me to work on doodles all day long with this brush. It's very handy. I put this thing on and it's amazingly helpful, so I highly recommend you to do the same. And I'm gonna have links below the video to the brush and also to the handle, so you can pick your own. If you are familiar with tennis, then you already know your brand, and you can totally go with that, and you can just start from the back and you can just wrap it up all over up to the end and just secure it with that little thingy which comes with the tennis grip. And you're gonna have so much fun with this, because it's gonna be thicker and it's gonna be more sturdy in your hands. This fabric is super soft, but I don't really like it because it makes my hands sweat like in a second. I put my hands on it and then, oh my god, it's slipping all over. Not fun. So that's why I put the tennis grip on, and it stays where it needs to stay, and it's just perfectly comfortable for me as well. So this keeps your doodle comfortable, and this end will keep you comfortable throughout the grooming experience. I hope you liked the info I shared here. Check out the link below, and if you have any other questions, let me know and I'm gonna make a video about it. But rest your doodle. See you all in the next one.